guys? Welcome back to WCS America. I'm axeltoss. I'm joined by axslav. We just saw game one at Taeja versus Hellokitty. Taeja showing he's still Taeja. I think that's a good way to sum that one
He
up.
did. You know, he stumbled a bit with that one, brave charge
He did that
up
on
the ramp.
purpose, let's be honest.
You know, he might have thought here was weakness. I think what he was hoping is that he could hit right before Colossus range finished.
I think he wanted to give an example to the Marines still in the game.
That's true.
In showing that if you're weak,
You'll be killed off.
Yes.
Survival of the fittest.
So the remaining Marines are like, you know what? I gotta make sure to do my duty for my master Taeja. Very interesting strategy choice there by Taeja. Of course, we had a drop, so we're gonna have to get the game remade.
Very fast game. 0 minute 18 second victory.
18 seconds actually passed in that game?
That's what it said according to my screen. You know, no, I think it was because I didn't hit the end score screen. And so that, you know, like if you're actually in a game and the replay will keep going?
You know, I would agree with you, but that's exactly what my game says too. Maybe it's when the last person leaves.
Yeah.
So maybe Marcus, our observer, just decided to stay in there a little bit to practice his observing for 18 seconds, which is fine. We can forgive him for that. But we're going to get this game remade. But yeah, so Taeja played a pretty good game one after sacrificing some early Marines.
You know what he really showed? He really showed the great way to play against Phoenix Colossi. Immediately added in that second starport the instant he identified the build.
Yeah.
And then just cranked out Vikings like a maniac. And what's most important is he didn't lose any of his early medevacs. The worst thing you can ever do, like, it's always bad to lose medevacs. They're expensive units, they're hard to replace, but against Phoenix Colossi, because you want to just crank out Vikings like a maniac. But you can't play TVP without at least 4 medevacs in the mid game. Like,
I agree.
Even if you kill all the Colossi and Phoenix, you'll just die to charge loss if you have no medevacs. So you can't afford to lose any medevacs if you want to focus on Viking production. It's so important that, you know, when he went for that double drop, he backed away immediately.
Yes.
And he kept those units
spotting
alive.
the Phoenixes, lurking. You know, the Phoenixes could have been asleep, but Taeja didn't want to take that chance. And, you know, what do you think about a little, like, one or two more observers for Hellokitty in that game? Because I feel like if he has an observer in between, like, just to the left of his main, towards his opponent, right? He can more easily see the drop play. When you have Phoenixes, it's not too hard to react to go potentially try to deal with the drop play.
I mean, that's absolutely true, but when you're going to Phoenix Colossi, you rely so much on Colossi. It's really hard to persuade yourself it's worth getting observers.
75
and there were Vikings. You know, there's a production time on the Robo, and the big problem was actually that there was more Vikings than there were Phoenix. And when that happens, the Vikings can escort the drop. And that's exactly what Taeja did, actually. He had the Vikings with the drop.
Yep.
So even if Phoenix were there, he could have reacted faster, but he couldn't have totally shut down the drop.
All right, before we proceed any further, let's introduce the players, starting with the top left-hand location. I present your Red Terran players, currently up 1-0 in this best of 3. Representing Team Liquid, he is Taeja. Taeja. Very good at STARCRAFT 2. That might be an understatement. Ridiculous number ones. One of those. One of the initial first Koreans to kind of join, you know, a non-Korean-based team. Really got his start in the. I don't know if you remember like the ESV weeklies, the Korean weeklies that used to happen. Taeja like was winning all of them, and then this was when I'm not sure what team he was on. He might have been teamless for a time, but. He got noticed through that and eventually joined Team Liquid. And that seems like so long ago, but it really wasn't that long ago. But anyway, in the bottom right-hand location, I present your blue Protoss player. Currently lives in the United States. He actually attends, I don't know if he still attends, he might have graduated, the University of Texas in Austin. He is Hellokitty. Of course, there's another player, trivia question, who attends the University of Texas at Austin. Do you know his name?
Violet?
No.
No?
No, close.
Wait, Violet went to a university in Texas,
So
didn't he?
Violet never went to a university in Texas, I don't think.
I thought he did.
He lived in College Station.
Oh, that's what he lived, and that's where Austin is.
Yeah. No.
That's where
Texas
A&M. Sorry,
Texas A&M is in College.
Right.
That's where I lived. That's where I went to school. So me and Violet are buddies. But Polt is the answer you're looking for.
That's who it was.
I knew it was on the tip of your tongue, Nick.
I knew it was one of the really great Koreans from America.
Yes.
Went to university.
So Polt
in Texas.
actually still is currently attending. Of course, it might be summer right now, but you know, for University of Texas. But he's taking English classes anyway. Hellokitty either still goes there or went there. I know I know Hellokitty's in China right now. He's actually playing this match in the Invictus Gaming House.
Awesome.
Yeah.
WCS
Maxed
yes.
and
Maxed's
XY, right?
most of the top players from China, actually. A very, very strong team there. And their players have already, XY and Maxed have both already qualified for Premier League, so some big wins for them. But this game, Taeja not wanting to mess around, not playing any type of macro, just going straight for the fastest Widow Mine drop possible. Gas first, immediate factory upon barracks completion, then immediate starport upon factory completion. So he's coming out here with some pressure.
Is that a probe or stalker approaching that ramp? Oh, that's an SCV. Never mind. So Hellokitty, does he have any idea what's going on here?
No. He does not.
I mean, you know, most Protoss openings, you kind of take this into consideration, get a faster robo.
Exactly.
So.
His build is a build that can hold this off very well. It really all comes down to where he places the units.
Yep.
If he can identify the build, because one of the best ways to counter a build like this from a Terran is just pull all your probes away from your natural. Because there's right when a Terran hits, there's about a 30-second window where Protoss has almost no units. But they're about to get a bunch of warped in units, maybe they're about to get an immortal, and for 30 seconds they're vulnerable, but if you just pull the probes into main, you photon overcharge your main nexus, and you just like, your nexus isn't going to die. Terran doesn't have units that kill buildings very fast with this attack. So it's all about protecting the probes, and that's it's just going to come down to, can Hellokitty keep these probes alive from the Hellions, from the Widow Mines?
All right, targeting down the rocks for now. Zella going to spot the Hellions in the front. That's just a distraction because there is a medevac heading into the main base, going to start at the Rayford. Photon overcharge going in the natural instead of the main Widow Mine being dropped at the ramp. Marine's going to be targeted out by that Zealot. Oh, the Mothership Core gets taken out. And this is already looking pretty darn good for Taeja.
I don't know what Hellokitty can do here. He's got no units. He's trying to warp in forces. There's no, like you mentioned, there's no photon overcharge to go on the main. The probes are fleeing, but they're lined up for the Hellion. 3 turn around, bravely sacrifice themselves to buy time. And you know, he's going to keep most of the probes alive, but he's...
Taeja was like clicking on the Widow Mine. Is your energy done yet? Okay, warp gate's coming in here, so he'll be able to warp in some units. Observer, is there an observer on the map? I don't he has a robo, absolutely, but I don't know if he started an observer.
Yeah, he's actually, I think he's got a couple out, but he's got one across the map. I don't know where the other one's in a natural, looks like. The problem is that with the medevac there, the Stalkers can't really deal with the Marines, and his main is forfeit. I mean, it's just at a point now where Taeja's done enough damage. Oh!
This is where you take your probes and you attack the Widow Mine. Just kidding. You never do that.
Oh, if he can kill...
This is what... Oh my god, he gets it. He DPSs it down.
Great move there from Hellokitty, but the Marines are almost a bigger problem.
That's like trying to disarm a bomb when you know it's going to go off in 5 seconds.
Oh, I mean, in movies it always works, right?
You know, that's a fantastic point. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, like every movie, like I've almost never seen.
Name one.
Where it goes off and the person dies.
No, where it's about to go off, but he gets it at the last second.
The most recent Mission Impossible movie.
Okay.
That was in
Die
Die Hard.
Die Hard?
Yeah, Die Hard.
Which one? All of them?
All of the Die Hard ones.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, isn't the whole premise of the movie titled 007 based on that? Because he disarms it with 007 seconds left, and that's how he got his name? Isn't that how it is?
No.
Okay, I'm completely off base then.
I
always thought
007's all their agents are called, it's the secret group, right?
Okay.
003, 004, 005.
Oh, no, there's one movie where at the end, he stopped it at 007.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Okay, that's what I'm thinking of.
There might have been the most recent one as well with the car. The bomb was on the car.
It happens in all the movies, let's be honest.
Basically.
Okay, here we go. We got a tank and a Marines coming forward. Taeja trying to end this game right now.
It was just the motions of walking across the map.
Yeah.
The game was ended basically when Hellokitty put Photon Overcharge in a natural.
Yes.
And then he lost his first 3 units. So there was no units and there was no Photon Overcharge, and the main was totally vulnerable.
And there's like 5 Marines and a medevac.
So, yes, yeah.
And this is Taeja controlling those 5 Marines and a medevac.
And 3 Stalkers can't actually deal with Marines in a medevac because there's not enough damage output. The medevac just out-heals them. Theoretically, could kite forever, but in a confined base, what happened is the Marines just trap the Stalkers, they eventually corner them, and take him out.
It happens. Taeja showing he's still good at StarCraft 2, taking the 2-0 there over Hellokitty. Of course, Taeja did participate in DreamHack, and I think he lost to... Did he lose? Did he play J-Dog? No, he got to the... It was the semifinal.
Yes.
Where he played J-Dog.
Yes,
he lost. So Taeja doing really well in
2-0.
DreamHack. And doing well so far here in WCS America Challenger League Group G. He's going to advance to the winners match. Coming up next, guys, it's going to be Neeb versus Maker, a TVT to decide who's going to play Taeja. Guys, stay tuned. More WCS America coming up.